All right, I have to start the video with this. If my finger can get out of the way of the camera. So I'm not endorsed in any way, shape, or fashion by either Krispy Kremes or Royal Farms. But shout out to Royal Farms. They're one of the very few places in the area where you can get Krispy Kreme donuts regularly. So let's take a look at... Oh no. Oh my. That's a tasty item. So shout out to Royal Farms. It's royally good. Oh, I just made that up. I'm not endorsed by them. They can't use that though. That's a MightyFan original. I'm gonna stop. Well, Yobo, Fast and Furious enough? Just leaving the theater. I saw the latest Fast and Furious movie, Fast 10. I'm not giving away any spoilers because I'm not one of those. Okay. In fact, I do everything I can because I on YouTube I am subscribed to some like movie channels, like Looper, and I really do everything I can to avoid spoilers. And like when I'm thumbing through my subscription list and videos, you know, the latest videos that my people I subscribe to post, and I see, you know, before I see a movie, and I like coming by, one of Looper's feeds or one of those other channels feeds, I like go real quick because sometimes they'll put in there like, you know, in the title like a spoiler, or they'll have a picture of something. It's like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. So, but I will say my thoughts. It was, you know, I really think that the writers of the franchise just put a bunch of kids in a room with like Matchbox and Hot Wheel cars and do play with them and say, that would be a good idea. We can try that. But you know, I always, you know, go into these movies with the idea that you have to suspend all disbelief of, you know, reality and just watch it for what it is. But I am a fan of the franchise. I mean, you know, as goofy as the movies have really become, you know, I still enjoy it, you know? And that's my thing about any movie. If I can just sit and just enjoy a movie for a couple hours, I'm happy. It doesn't have to be some Academy-winning, you know, artsy-fartsy film. I mean, it you know, it can just be something that I just enjoy watching. There's some plane flying around. Speaking of Fast and Furious. Is Dom in there? No, you know, I just want to be entertained. When I watch a movie, I just want to be entertained. And to be truthful, most of the movies that I watch, I don't know, unless they win some sort of special effects award or music or something, most of them are never going to win anything, you know, no Oscars or anything like that. But that's okay by me. I just want to be entertained. If I spend some money watching a movie, going out and, you know, having the experience, and I do still go to the theater. You know, most of the movies I watch are at home, you know, but every now and then if there's just a movie I really want to see, I'll spend the extra bucks and just go and see it because I still like the movie experience. You know, I still like sitting down. I didn't have popcorn today because I ate before I came. But I just, you know, there's something about just sitting in a theater with a drink and popcorn and just being entertained. And the surround sound and everything, the big screen, there's still something about that, you know, it just gets me and I enjoy it. I don't do it all the time. It has to be a movie I really want to see, or a franchise or something like that. A couple weeks I'll be back at Slim's in Maryland. We're going to see the new Transformers movie. It's definitely the movie I want to see in the theater, you know. I remember some years ago, Slim and I watched the Bumblebee movie, and it's just fun. And you know, so I just want to be entertained, and you know, that's all I care about. But you know, sat through it. I thought it was pretty decent. A lot of over the top. Yes, we've established that with these movies right now. I'm still waiting for the big loop-de-loop. I still want one. There has to be a big loop-de-loop that the cars have to go on at some point. And you notice there's never any traffic anywhere or construction. Like, just free roads all the time for that. But again, you suspend belief in reality when you watch these movies. I think there's a part in this movie, I'm not going to give it away. It's going to be real hard for me not to give it away. I think Slim is going to... As soon as it happened, I thought, I just thought Slim. Like, as soon as this one scene happened, so... Slim, I don't know if you're going to watch the movie before I get there in a couple weeks, but I wouldn't mind seeing it again. If you want to see it, with me, we'll go, definitely, because, I would see this again. But that being said, movies, that's what it is. You just want to be entertained. I remember years ago, when the first Jurassic Park came into theaters, and I saw it with my mom. And at that time, they were just starting to debut the Dolby surround sound. And I'll tell you, when that T-Rex hits the screen and it does that roar, I mean, that's something you never forget. Again, with movies, I just want to be entertained. It could be a cheeseball, it could be a goofball movie. I just want to be entertained. And, I was, for a couple hours watching this. So that's all I care about. So yeah, Krispy Kremes, huh? Krispy Kremes is the money. $1 bill, y'all. See, that's that. If Wu-Tang Clan, if Wu-Tang Clan had Krispy Kreme, that's what they would do. That's how they would eat the Krispy Kreme, with that, singing that song, singing cream. Shout out to Wu-Tang Clan. Wu-Tang Clan. Words are tough for me today. I don't know why. So, yeah, I went to Royal earlier today to do some breakfast, because I was thinking, like, what am I gonna, felt in the mood to have a little breakfast. Where do I go? I was thinking, like, Wawa maybe, or something like that. And I'm like, I had a really good breakfast sandwich when I was over at in Maryland some weeks ago with Slim at Royal, and there's a Royal Farms not far from me. So I'm like, let me see what the Royal near me has to offer with their breakfast sandwich, breakfast burrito. It was really good. And you can only really walk by the thing of Krispy Kremes so many times without having to get some. I used to get them at Walmart. They used to have Krispy Kremes at Walmart, but I think you have to get there like early in the morning when they have them there when they're fresh, in the containers, either a half dozen or a dozen. I haven't been to Walmart in the morning in quite a while. I still enjoy going, because the thing I enjoy about Walmart is the different, like, snack and drink variety. They have more than, say, like the supermarkets do. They seem to have different variety that you can't find anywhere else, such as the Frito Scoops chips. I like the jalapeno ones because I like spicy, right? I can only find them at Walmart. I can't find them anywhere else. I have yet to see the jalapeno scoops, Frito Scoops, at any other, store or, grocery store like a Giant or Acme. I can't. They just always have the original or the whatever the other brand, but it's not It's not the jalapeno one. And sometimes they'll have like different flavored, drinks, like not always, but sometimes you can find a different flavor Mountain Dew there they might not have elsewhere. I remember when Pepsi brought back the Pepsi Blue. It was like the Walmarts were the only places I can find them in their, little cooler sections, I guess, near the checkout lines. The little soda section, little, containers. And so sometimes, I just like going there, looking around, see if there's something different, and the prices are usually pretty good. Obviously Walmart, they have pretty decent prices for groceries there. They always have some sale on this and that. The other thing I always find there that I can't find anywhere else, for the most part, is there's a sriracha ketchup. Again, spicy, right? So, how they have that like sriracha sauce? It's kind of the same thing, only ketchup. Like the bottle looks like one of those, one of those sriracha sauce bottles even with the green lid. And but I find that at Walmart, and it's like I can't seem to I haven't found that same one at Giant or I found another hot kind of ketchup. I think it's a Heinz one. Heinz made one, but not that sriracha one, not the same one. So I get that there every now and then. But it's been a minute since I've been to Walmart. It's been a minute, so one of these days I'll have to make a trip over there again. But I've learned with Walmart, you don't want to go there certain times of day. Because otherwise you're going to be in line for a while, buddy. You're going to be in line for a while. So that was today. Had a little breakfast from Royal and went and saw the latest Fast. I can't believe there's already been 10 of them. My God. Fast 10. It's the early evening. Just going to go home and relax. Yesterday had a really good time with my buddy Mark M. Shout out to Mark M. Of course, TJ fan here on YouTube. We went to the Phillies game. They beat the Cubs. I'm 5-0 this season at Phillies games with Mark. We're 2-0. So that was a good time. We had the pleasure of meeting the Philly captain, who of course is a great content creator from the Philly area, from Philly. You can learn a lot of history of the city if you watch his videos here on YouTube. Just look him up, the Philly captain. Of course, not to be confused with my buddy the captain. Jason, of course, is the Dirty 30 fame. But the Philly captain does a lot of, stuff on social media, be it here on YouTube. He has an Instagram page. He does TikTok. I'm not really into TikTok, but he does TikTok. He's all over social media, and he does a great job with his videos. And he does a lot of, like historic stuff around the city on his scooter or in a car or just walking around. He does like a daily vlog. And he goes to all the Phillies games, the home games. And it was funny because Mark and I were talking about before, I wonder if we'll bump into the Philly captain. And there he was, right near the New Era clubhouse store. Really good guy. Got to talking to him a little bit about, his channel, and he subbed to us. Thank you, Philly captain, if you're watching this. And, just about Philly sports and such. And, like I said, real cool guy, just down to earth, just talking to us, for a bit there. So that was cool. We got a pic with him. Maybe I'll post that at the end of this. With my wonderful editing skills, which I have none. As we know, this channel is a bare bone channel as it gets. But that was a lot of fun. You never know who you're going to run into at the ballpark, right? So So it was a good weekend. It was a good weekend all around. I can't complain. Getting my Mini Cooper fixed. Hopefully that will be back to me this week. Yeah, it's going to take a bit out of the wallet, but it had some work had to be done, but it should be done by this week. Being that it's my secondary vehicle, it's not that big a deal. The Jeep is my main vehicle, so it took a little while for them to fix it, but hopefully, fingers crossed, they can fix it. They seemed to get to the root of the problem. There was some electrical issues going on, which needed to be repaired, and it needed a new battery. And yeah, it's a little bit more than a few bucks to pay for it, but such is life. Things happen. You have to be ready. You have to be prepared. I almost fell on the ground, but hearing the price it would cost, but yeah, again, you just have to be ready for stuff. That's the old saying. I do have a couple things that I've been picking up that I have yet to share. I'll get to that. I got a really cool hat from Crown Minded, which is a hook hat, which is really nice. You'll see what it is when I get it in. A couple other things, but I'll share that with you, the viewers, in the very near future. Make sure I don't miss my exit here. Well, I can't miss it. I'm in the lane, so we're good. So yeah, a little of everything's been going on. We're approaching Memorial Day weekend a week from now. A nice holiday weekend's always nice, a little 3-day weekend. Not too much planned, which is a good thing. Sometimes those are the best ones. You just kind of go where the weekend takes you. And I don't really have any big plans. I'm probably just going to be a slug for most of the weekend, but But all Krispy Kremes aside, I have been, getting back into the workout world, which I've been remiss that I got away from. Well, same old story, right? Same old story. I was doing okay, then COVID happened and everything went to hell. But, it's been hard. It's been hard to kind of get back on that hamster wheel. And where I work, they have a fitness center. Which is nice. They put it in some years ago before COVID happened, and I was there. I'm also with Planet Fitness and whatnot. I have some stuff at home, little stuff here and there, I just got away from it. It just kind of happened, as it happened with a lot of people. I know I'm not alone in that. And just for a while, I've been kind of. It's like I needed that kick in the rear, Like I wasn't happy with what was happening, and kind of I let things happen for myself and just kind of wallowed in different stuff, and not asking for sympathy or anything, just it's the honest truth. I always keep it a buck here on the channel, right? So you get into ruts, and I got in a really long and kind of bad rut, and not feeling much about, besides, traveling to, I didn't think I had time to make that turn before that guy came. Same spot. I almost had that accident last video. I probably shouldn't come this way. But anyhow, I just got into a bad rut. And as far as wanting to do stuff, wanting to work out, wanting to, get back in that kind of routine, it just wasn't happening. And, it's just kind of happenstance, we had this thing at work, which was trying to get the workplace together, trying doing things here and there for employees, and they had this like event in the company one day where you kind of went to different departments and kind of get to know other people in the company kind of thing, like a scavenger hunt kind of deal. And the fitness center was part of it, and you had to get you had the piece of paper, you had to get stamped by different people, and the fitness center was one, and they had a raffle, and one of the prizes was a free personal training by the guy that oversees things down there, and I was one of the ones that won that, and so we set up the time to do it, went and did it, and it kind of re-energized me. It was just one of those things where it was like, yeah, I remember this. I remember being down here, and because I used to go there a few times a week, and mix that with other stuff, and come on. And I was doing pretty good. And then, of course, we all know what happened with the world. But that just kind of, I don't know, got the bug back in me, and so I re-signed up. After that, and I think it's like whatever it is, $10 a month out of your paycheck if you want to do be in the fitness center there. And they have a little locker room and showers, different stuff, and they have different equipment. It's actually where we used to keep my department, the records department. We used to keep all the boxes and such down there before they turned it into a fitness center. So I'm kind of familiar with that area in the building. So I got back into it, and so I started going again last week, and it felt good. It was one of those things where I have a long way to go, obviously, to be where I want to be. But everyone needs a little start, a restarting point, and maybe that was mine, and we'll see. Did a little something at home today, this morning. I'm just taking it slow, obviously I'm not going to do what I was doing, going, real hard or whatever back in the, years ago, and I kind of have to build back up for that. But it feels good to kind of be back into some sort of rhythm, where I just had none before. So, that's kind of been a new, restart for me. But, I'll fill you all in here and there about it. This channel ain't going to turn into a fitness channel, but, I'll certainly let you all in on my journey, where it leads, I don't know. Just like I said, just kind of taking it slow for now. But I'm glad to, restart. I don't think it's too late, to make changes, I'm never going to be Mr. Perfect. Never going to be, Mr. Olympia or anything, but it's nice to, get back in some sort of rhythm. We'll see. We'll see where things go. But there's a few things that just kind of, were scary to me after a while. Just kind of, I knew changes had to be made. It was just getting that kick in the rear to make those changes, to start making those changes, right? And so that's been a good thing. It is hard to get up a little extra early though those days. That's still the hardest part, because I have like a thing where you go a little extra early, hour or whatever, and yeah, that's still kind of tough to do it, because I work out in the morning. So but you do what you gotta do, at least as long as you're doing something, And there's a park not far from me. Maybe I thought maybe take a few laps around from time to time, get the blood pumping, But haven't gotten there yet, but that's in the planning stages still. I've never been a huge cardio guy. I've just never, and I don't know if I ever will. I know that you never say never, but we'll see. Here and there, yeah. I mean, that's probably gonna happen as a jogger runs by. That's good, but but I'm trying, and as long as you're trying and putting the effort in. I mean, that's a good thing, right? You can only go, hopefully, forward from here, as long as we don't have another pandemic, which we're all hoping we don't. So overall, it was a good week, a good weekend. We're going to get back to it this week. Another work week ahead, leading into a 3-day weekend, so that's always good. And usually Fridays before a 3-day weekend are kind of, it's like people are ready for their vacation, 3-day weekend early. So I don't know. We'll see what Friday brings this week, but obviously, Memorial Day weekend, we do think of all the brave men and women who gave their lives for the country, and we salute all of them. And to those continuing to serve, I have a friend who's in the Army, so shout out to him, and thanks for his service. So anyhow, I'm almost home now, so I guess I'll start to say it right now. Thank you for all of your support, continued support to the channel. There'll be plenty more to come, so if you haven't already done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button, so and the bell icon. That's important too. You gotta do both together. It's like a package deal. It's a combo wombo deal. Speaking of combo wombo, I saw a guy yesterday, two guys at the Phillies game. One guy was wearing an Expos jersey with an Orioles hat, and no, I do appreciate both teams. As we know, I have quite a few Orioles and Expos items. You got to pick one or the other. And then the other guy was wearing, it was funny because the other guy was wearing an Expos hat with a Phillies jersey. I thought it was a Phillies jersey, at least. It was like one of those military-looking jerseys. That's bad combo wombo. That's so don't be like them. I notice these things, but I'm like, very nice looking, jerseys and hats, but they just no, not together. But yes, hit the bell icon so you're notified to all future content from yours truly. And that is that, right? That's pretty much the spiel for that. As I pull into the old driveway here, I have my lawn mowed tomorrow. But yes, that is that. And I have reached home base now, Mighty Kingdom, so I'm going to go in and get through the rest of this evening. But you all take care. Thanks for watching, as always, and I will see you in the next one. And again, a big shout out to my buddy Mark M. Nice time at the Phillies game yesterday, and to the Philly captain as well. You all take care. I'll see you in the next one.